The place of women in nation building cannot be ignored. As such, more and more nations of the world are beginning to recognize the importance of women in all spheres of life as faster and more positive agents of change. Women in the olden days took care of the home front, and because of the fact that the family is the smallest unit of the society, they were saddled with the Herculean task of the upbringing of our offspring. However, in the present-day modern world, women are taking the lead in the development of our societies. It is with this great conviction that the Senator Ibikunle Amosun administration in Ogun State has continued to advance credible programs of action in the pursuit of the advancement of women as the primary agents in the development of the child and the society. The Ogun State Ministry of Women Affairs has recorded numerous achievements in different areas of concern as a government ministry. This is exactly what led to the addition of more departments in the ministry in 2013. These departments were to complement the efforts of the existing ones in achieving the set goals of the administration of improving and changing the lives of women for the better.
In the ministry, first of all, we are able to have 2 additional departments officially. We have the Child Development Department and then the Rehabilitation Department. In addition to the 5 women on grant, we have been operating unofficially. So at the school level, this has now been passed. So they are being known as an official department, just like what operates at the federal level.
Another giant stride of this administration through the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development in 2013 is the Women Empowerment Program that is used to disburse loans for women to support their respective businesses.
Phase, which is the first phase, 100 million naira. I want to commend our women. You did wonderfully well. We do not have...
We are able to establish the microcredit unit. This microcredit unit works both with Women Empowerment Services Department and Department of Finance. And to the glory of God, we have been able to empower over 15,000 women with them having access to credit facilities. This we do in collaboration with EcoBank, and we are proud to say that our women are credit worthy. We are able to disburse 200 million loan, which was the second phase of the scheme in 2013.
Part of the activities of this ministry is also the establishment of a vocational training center where various skills acquisition programs are made available to women, youths, as well as unemployed graduates. This step is tailored towards assisting the people of the state to be both self-reliant and useful to themselves and to the larger society.
Apart from this, still on poverty alleviation and economic empowerment, we have Vocational Training Center. And you know, we have some young ladies or young mothers, they either drop out or the fresh graduates that they have not been able to get a job. So we have the training center, the vocational training centers, where they can learn 6 different skills on catering, fashion designing, knitting, barbing, shoemaking. So as we speak, we have almost 300 trainees that have graduated from this training center. Not just that they've acquired skills alone, they are even now employers of laborers as well, and it makes them to be self-reliant, to be also productive to themselves and to the state.
The Amosun administration is also gender sensitive in its bid to give equal opportunities to women in politics and in the governance of the state. The increase in the number of women in the running of the state, according to the Commissioner for Women Affairs, is but a positive scorecard of the ongoing administration.
You know, our government is very gender sensitive, and because of that, we have been able to record Over 35% affirmative action that women are advocating for from Beijing Platform of Action. As we speak in Ogun State, we are proud to say thank you to our governor, and we're proud to say that we are over 40%, having 40%, over 40% women in the governance of Ogun State. And they are not just in governance, they are in key positions, strategic position for that matter.
The activities of the ministry are not limited to overseeing the affairs of women in the state. It also sees to the affairs of children and youth. This is one of the reasons for the inauguration of a children's parliament across the 20 local government areas of the state. This step, no doubt, inculcates leadership instincts and abilities into the children and prepares them for future roles as leaders of tomorrow.
It is also part of our duty to see to protection, development and survival of children in the state. So this department that I've said earlier on is now officially being recognized. I've been able to establish or inaugurate children's parliament in all the 20 local governments. As we speak, we have them at the state level. The essence of this is to ensure that children also, their voices being heard, and that they participate effectively, actively in the governance of the state.
Efforts to reposition the scheme of things in the state. The Department of Social Welfare Services is specifically established to address the social needs of the people of Ogun State. Family relationships and harmony, as well as addressing the needs of the less privileged, are also at the core of this function. Another core department of the Ogun State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development is the Rehabilitation Department. The evacuation of beggars and destitutes from the streets has been a landmark achievement of this administration from inception. The ministry ensures that where such destitutes and beggars reside, efforts were made to reunite them with their respective families, whether such families reside in the state or not. Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development is the Rehabilitation Department. The evacuation of beggars and destitutes from the streets has been a landmark achievement of this administration from inception. The ministry ensures that where such destitutes and beggars reside, efforts were made to reunite them with their respective families, whether such families reside in the state or not.
For our rehabilitation department, well, we started this since 2012. We were able to get more destitutes and beggars and lunatics out of streets. What we do, because we're still working on having our own permanent rehabilitation center, the temporary one we have, we can only keep them for a short period. We work in collaboration with Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Aro, here in Abeokuta, and we have community centers also that doctors do come to assist us in ensuring that they are being treated. After that, we try to empower them, and then we reunite them with their family members.
We observed that most families send them back to the streets out of rejection and failure to show love and affection towards them. Over time, the State Ministry of Women Affairs has come to realize that most of the beggars and destitutes that are reunited with their families don't stay long before they take to the streets again. The officials of the ministry observed that most families send them back to the streets out of rejection and failure to show love and affection towards them.
We discovered that most often when these people are being helped by the state government, we get them out of the street, we treat them. By the time we reunite them back to their family, we discover that not quite long they get back to the street, perhaps because they are being neglected or their family members are not ready to associate with them. But it's part of what we are strategizing this year, that as soon as we have a permanent center, we'll be able to keep them for a longer period where they will learn a skill and they will not be dependent of any family. They'll be self-reliant to take care of themselves.
The empowerment program of the state government is also being made available to people living with disabilities. This the government is doing through the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. The year 2013 also witnessed remarkable achievements of the ongoing administration in Ogun State on this all-important good gesture.
We work with people living with disability. Last year, we were able to empower many of them with tools. We were able to send some of them to school. We were able to organize training for them and give them input to let them know that their dignity, their rights, also nobody can tamper with it, and that they are part of the state.
As the name implies, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development also concerns itself with overseeing the social development agenda of this government.
Our ministry is the one that cuts across all other ministry, and we are trying what we can do to see that we protect the image of the state government. And that is why our target is both male and female, people living with disability, the poor, the privileged, the underprivileged, and of course, even the aged, though our First Lady is doing much with the aged ones. So what we just do is to ensure that we collaborate with her in what she's doing.
Most of the ministry's plans for 2014 are ripe for execution, while implementation has started in some of them. Generally, the plan is to consolidate on the achievements recorded in the past, especially those of 2013.
They supply Ministry of Education by.
First of all, we want to focus more on this child protection. We have the amendment bill being passed into law now, that is child rights law. We want to see to the enforcement. And what we have done is to inaugurate task force that includes the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Information, the security agencies, Ministry of Justice, the Judiciary. And by the grace of God, we've done a lot of sensitization, which is ongoing, creating awareness to the public on what child rights law is all about, and to let people know that child abuse, child trafficking, child labor is not allowed in Ogun State.
Much emphasis is intended to be laid on taking proper care of children in the society. The state government has designed ways of curbing all forms of indiscipline in the children, as well as in those parents whose wards are being neglected.
This year, we're going to get those children roaming the street. Either it's out of poverty or it is out of neglect on part of the parents or the guardian, or it's as a result of truancy or whatever from those children. So we want to get children roaming the street during school hours first. After that, well, we've printed our own yellow card. If we get you out of the street, first time we warn you. We get your details, your data concerning your name, your parents' name, or your guardian's name, where you stay, what you do. From there, we even be able to know the problem of those children. Are they vulnerable children? Are they in need of anything? What can the government do to help them? So that we'll be able to get. After warning them and counseling them, then second time, if we get you, we get your red card. The third time, of course, fine will come in.
By and large, the overall social protection of women, youths, children, people living with disabilities, as well as the vulnerable, is a major focus of the Governor Ibikunle Amosun government in Ogun State.
I'm very grateful to our Governor Ibikunle Amosun, for showing us his kindness by empowering us with this vocational training, and even giving us empowerment by giving us the machine which we can work with. Because if not for him, maybe I'll still be out there looking for a job. But at least I own my own business now, and I can have something to relax upon. So I thank him. I'm very grateful unto him. And I want to say that the Lord will continue to help him, and will still continue to take him to a greater height.
We are here for 6 months for the training, and thank God we are here for the graduation of the training, and government is empowering us. Thanks to the government of the state and all the commissioners of the state. We give thanks to them and everybody that is participating here today.
Skill acquisition, as the name implies, is designed purposely to make our people self-reliant so that they can become employer of labor. And that's an example of what we are seeing today. Already, most of the graduates, as you can see, they have all started their own businesses. The cake that we've just cut there was actually made by some of the caterers that trained under the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development.
In fact, it's helping the society. Like me now, I'm a graduate, and since when I finished my service, I've not gotten any job. So that was why I have to put in for this. So it has really helped me. Over that 1 year, I've been able to do several things. Those things that I've not been doing before, at least while still at home. During that period, I've already opened my own shop, started something, and I employ people too.
2013 is a year of success in the history of Ogun State. Sincerely speaking, our amiable governor of the state he has been doing well. There are lots of development in Ogun State. If we go to Ibarra roundabout, you will see the bridge there, which is the first of a kind in the history of Ogun State. If you go to Jebode, the same thing is happening there. If we go to Yewa side, the same thing is happening there. The new road, the health department, the empowerment program for all women in Ogun State is a laudable project, and we hope in 2014 it will be more bigger than the year 2013.
On Thursday, the 20th of February 2014, His Excellency Governor Ibikunle Amosu, accompanied by members of his cabinet, went around the state to monitor and create more awareness to the people on the ongoing Homeowners Charter program. Governor Ibikunle Amosu and some of his cabinet members personally distributed pamphlets to members of the public in the different places visited, while urging them to come out and take full advantage of the program.
You must come down from the bus.
The program, which was launched in 2013, was to allow homeowners regularize the legal status of their properties and document them, while getting certificates of occupancy at a very huge discounted rate. The registration, which started on the 28th of January 2014, is expected to end on the 28th of February 2014. However, the state governor, Senator Ibikunle Amosu, has continued to urge people in the state to participate in the process. His Excellency commended the people for their participation and spoke on the need to improve on the program.
Having come here today and seen it for myself, 2 or 3 things came up. One, that the people appreciate what they are doing and they have buy-in into what we are doing. Indeed, I feel for them because some of them did mention that they've been waiting for 5 hours, waiting even to obtain the form. So that tells us that, one, the program, everybody, they accepted the program, they embraced the program. I want to thank them for that. The second one is that we need to have more of these our points. It has shown now, because when you get to a place and you see crowd waiting in the sun, then it's not good enough. That will not be of Ogun standard. It means that we underestimate the support and the embrace that our people are giving to us. So we will hearken to their call that they said we should extend. I said no, that what we will do is we'll get more points and we'll get more personnel. In fact, they challenged me to say we should give them more staff. They are referring to those that really register them there. But what we'll do all the three for them. We will get more hands. We will increase the service points. And the third one, we will go back home. We will look at the possibility of maybe extending it.
On our feedback segment this week, we start with this message from Falola Adewale. To our able governor of Ogun State, the good work you have started will never perish. I am proud of you. Keep doing the good work, and your history will never be erased in this state. God bless SIA. God bless Yewa South. God bless Ogun State. God bless Nigeria. I am Akindele Bamidele. I must confess that I am proud of the achievement of the present administration in the state. The developmental strides are second to none in Nigeria. On roads, health, education, agriculture and transport, just to mention a few, I am delighted. May the good Lord continue to give the governor more wisdom and understanding to continue to steer the ship of state in the right direction. Congratulations, sir. For comments, questions and observations, send a text to 080-9578-9802 or 081-0672-1434, or send an email to missiontorebuild@gmail.com. Be a part of rebuilding our beloved gateway state. Ọmọ Ògùn, Ìṣẹ̀yà.